الله القابض الباسط الخافض الرافع المعز المذل السميع البصير الحكم.
You're listening to Biography.com.
The next section is about those things that are disliked towards fasting, but they do not invalidate the fast. We talked about those things that invalidate the fast. You see, we're going in order, the most severe, the most extreme, and then the next level, and the third level. These things are disliked. We should avoid them while fasting, but they do not invalidate the fast. Hence, they do not require a qada or a kafar. No makeup, no restitution. In other words, they are disliked, and if somebody wants to do them, then their reward for the fast will decrease. Hence, we should try to avoid them. Number one is to taste something or chew something without any excuse. ذوق شيء. Why? Because when you taste something, taste means just on the tongue, and that is very important. Tasting something with the tongue and then spitting it back out. Provided nothing goes down the throat, even with the saliva. If something was stuck on the tongue, and then with the saliva it went down the throat, then that means that the fast has been invalidated. It's just mere tasting with the mouth. Okay? Because why? Tasting with chewing. Somebody just chews something and then throws it back out. No taste with the saliva has gone down the throat. If it does, then it breaks the fast, as I said. So understand it carefully. Why is it disliked? Because you're exposing yourself to invalidating your fast. You're exposing yourself to invalidate the fast. So this is very important. Here the scholars mention that this is normally makruh, but we have certain exceptional cases. Like for example, there's a woman, there's a wife who's got a very selfish, very harsh, ill-mannered husband who is always concerned about food, and he gets angry about salt. So she fears that her husband will get really angry and blow a fit if he finds some extra salt or less salt that she is able to taste the food while it's cooked. It's not makruh. It's not even makruh for us. But remember again, anything goes down the throat, it breaks the fast. Okay, but she can't. It will not be makruh. It will not be disliked for this woman. She fears her husband. Also here, toothpaste. In this number one, using toothpaste. Using toothpaste is disliked. For the same reason you're tasting something. But again, remember, provided what? Nothing goes down the throat with this saliva. No taste. It's only that taste. Using toothpaste. You brush your teeth and you thoroughly rinse your mouth. You should avoid it, it's makruh. But you thoroughly rinse it. There's no taste effect of the toothpaste remaining in your mouth. Then you will not invalidate the fast. If you don't, and then you take some taste down your throat, fast is invalidated. Likewise, the exception about, I said an exception. One exception was the wife who got that ill-mannered husband. And number two is a genuine reason, like for exception, is when a mother is actually concerned about her child and she chews the food. In order to feed the child, just chewing, again, it's not disliked. It's not makruh. Normally it's makruh, but this is another exception. Number two, what's number two? This is husband-wife relationship. Al-qublatu wal-mubashara. Kissing one's spouse or body-to-body contact, caressing one's spouse. This is makruh when a person is not sure to be, a person does not feel sure to avoid ejaculation or sexual intercourse. If somebody is content, they are absolutely sure. If a man is, for example, completely sure and positive, and he does not have any fear of getting involved in sexual relations like kissing and caressing and hugging his spouse, everything is comfortable. But if there's a slight fear, then it's makruh. Remember, if there's a slight fear, then it's makruh. You have to avoid kissing, you have to avoid everything. And while doing that, if you ejaculate, then what happens? It breaks the fast. No kafara. And if you actually do sexual intercourse, then it's kafara. You understand the level? For married people. Okay. So, yes, if somebody doesn't have this fear of getting involved in actual sexual intercourse, it doesn't fear ejaculating, then it is not makruh. It is not disliked. And there's one point here that this is a normal kissing. The fuqaha mentioned here, وَالْقُبْلَةُ الْفَاحِشَةُ يُكْرَهُ مُطْلَقًا. That passionate kissing is always makruh, with or without the fear, with or without the risk of ejaculating or having sexual intercourse. It's always disliked. This, that kissing and caressing is makruh only if you fear. It's just normal, simple, light kissing. It is passionate kissing that is always disliked. So that the hadith of the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam regarding that he used to passionately kiss whilst he was fasting. There's an explanation given. The Hanafi, some scholars, some of the madhabs, they allow this, but the Hanafis have an explanation for this that, you know, it wasn't, there's an explanation, there's two reasons given for that. But anyway, so I just thought I'd mention that hadith. So somebody might see a hadith and say, the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would do that whilst he was fasting. Why would he do that? Number 3, gathering saliva in the mouth and then swallowing it. You know, to feel good. That's also different. It doesn't invalidate your fast. Number 4, any action, this is very important, any action that would weaken a person. Too much work, too much lifting of boxes, of heavy stuff. If you need to do it, that's fine, just do it. If you're a builder, if you're a constructor, if you're too much sports, don't have a football match in the afternoon of Ramadan. Have a nice time. Go, night time, play sports night. Indoor football, you can play indoors, you have lights there. If you want to, in Ramadan you shouldn't be. You have to avoid football as well in Ramadan. Just do a bit of walking and what you do some bigger. Ramadan, everything's avoided. You avoid everything, as I was saying. It's total, much of devotion and dedication. So, any action or any form of action, any act that you think would weaken you, such as giving of blood, having a blood test. A lot of people ask this. Does blood test break your fast? Does it invalidate your fast? The principle, remember the principle, brothers and sisters. Al-fitru mimma, what is it? Dakhala, go on, say it. وليس مما خرج. الفطر مما دخل وليس مما خرج. Fasting becomes invalidated with something entering your body, not something exiting your body. Blood test, the removal of blood, giving blood, donating blood. So it's always disliked. If you feel that it's going to weaken you. Cupping. There's a hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari. The Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, أفطر الحاجم والمحجوم. What does it say? أفطر الحاجم والمحجوم. The one who gets cupped and the one doing the cupping both have broken their fast. Now, if you are just a person who does not follow take anything, Sahih Bukhari hadith, you understand yourself, then you say, what's happening here? Because just on the same page of Sahih Bukhari, there's another hadith, after احتجم النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وهو صائم. The Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم had cupping done on him while he was fasting. On the same page, it's literally 2 hadiths. Well, now what do? You see which one do you see? Which one? He's both in Sahih of Imam al-Bukhari. You don't have a madhab to follow? What are you going to do? One day, work, act on that, and the next day, act on the other one. What are you going to do? But if you're, mashallah, following a madhab, and, you don't think you're too big for your roots, and you don't think, you follow a particular school of thought, and a particular legacy and understanding that has discussed all of this over thousands of years, through thousands of scholars, in detail, in research, they must have spent like maybe days looking at this issue, looking at both types of hadith, studying, analyzing, critically analyzing every single reporter, everything from all angles. And then whatever conclusion they came to, some scholars came to the conclusion according to their, research and according to their deep investigation. that cupping invalidates the fast. And some, like the Hanafis, it does not, based on this principle. What's the principle? Anything you think that we can use, it is disliked, but it does not invalidate your fast. So next time you pick up Sahih al-Bukhari and you see the hadith, cupping, the one cupped and the one doing the cupping, both have broken their fast. And we heard in the fiqh and it's in all the Hanafi books, that it doesn't invalidate your fast. Hanafi madhab against that, against the hadith, it's not as simple. There's a lot of rigorous detail, thousands of scholars over thousands of years have looked at it. You thought that they didn't know this hadith of Sahih Bukhari, they all went to sleep, they didn't see this hadith. No. They have an explanation. They follow that hadith, but they have a very detailed explanation, interpretation of this hadith. There's many interpretations. I don't want to go into no time. But anyway, so anything that we can use, it's just right.